It all began on a rainy Tuesday morning in New York City. The lobby of the upscale Madison Towers was busy with tenants, workers, and visitors rushing in and out. Among them was 32-year-old Emily Carter, a marketing executive who had just finished a client meeting nearby. As she stepped into the marble-floored lobby, her life changed in an instant. Emily slipped. The sound of her body hitting the cold stone echoed across the room. Witnesses say she struck her head on the floor and cried out in pain as she clutched her shoulder. Within minutes, paramedics arrived, placing her on a stretcher and rushing her to the hospital. Doctors later confirmed she had suffered a concussion, multiple fractures, and nerve damage in her arm. What seemed like a simple accident soon spiraled into one of the most talked-about injury lawsuits in recent memory. Emily filed a lawsuit against the building's management company, accusing them of gross negligence. According to her claim, the floor had just been mopped, but no warning signs or safety barriers had been placed around the area. She argued that the management's carelessness had left her unable to work, drowning in medical bills, and facing the possibility of permanent disability. At first, many sympathized with her. The case appeared to be a classic example of a powerful corporation failing to protect the very people who use its space daily. But once the trial began, things took a dramatic and controversial turn. The defense painted a very different picture. Their lawyers argued that Emily had exaggerated her injuries. They showed photos from her social media, smiling at a friend's wedding, sipping cocktails at a rooftop bar, and even jogging in Central Park. Does this look like a woman suffering from crippling injuries? One attorney asked the jury. Emily's lawyers fired back. Those pictures, they argued, told only half the story. Yes, Emily could smile for a camera. Yes, she could make an appearance at a wedding. But what the world didn't see were the sleepless nights, the hidden painkillers, and the constant physical therapy. Emily herself testified, saying, "Posting a picture doesn't mean I'm fine. It means I'm trying to hold on to some normalcy." The courtroom became a battlefield. Expert witnesses clashed over medical reports. One doctor insisted her injuries were consistent and long-lasting. Another claimed her recovery had been far quicker than she admitted. Outside the courthouse, the public was equally divided. On Twitter, hashtags like #JusticeForEmily and #SewerScam began trending. Thousands weighed in, debating whether Emily was a victim of corporate neglect or simply someone trying to cash in on a slip-and-fall accident. Legal analysts joined the conversation, too. Some warned that siding with Emily could open the floodgates for frivolous lawsuits across the country, forcing businesses to pay out millions for minor accidents. Others argued that dismissing her case would set a dangerous precedent, making it easier for powerful corporations to escape accountability. The tension only grew when a former employee of the building came forward, claiming that safety warnings had often been ignored. According to the statement, managers frequently ordered cleaners to get the job done fast, without worrying about signage or barriers. This revelation sparked outrage, suggesting Emily's fall may not have been an isolated accident, but the result of a larger culture of negligence. The media ran with the story. Talk shows debated it daily. News outlets ran headlines like "The Fall That Shook New York" and "Slip, Fall, and Sue. Where's the line?" By the time closing arguments arrived, the trial had captured national attention. Emily's lawyer urged a jury to consider not just her pain, but the principle of accountability. "If a building can cut corners and leave people injured without consequence," he said, "then none of us are safe." The defense countered, reminding jurors of the wedding photos, the rooftop bar, the jog in the park. "We are not denying she fell," the attorney said, "but falling doesn't mean fortune. This case is about truth, and the truth is she has recovered." The jury's decision could go either way. If Emily wins, the payout could be massive, not just for her medical bills, but also for pain, suffering, and loss of income. More importantly, it could set a precedent that forces companies everywhere to take extra precautions, potentially preventing countless accidents in the future. But if she loses, the message might be very different. That personal injury lawsuits will face tougher scrutiny, and that individuals may struggle even harder to hold big corporations accountable. At its heart, Emily's case isn't just about one fall in one building. It's about how justice works in America. It's about the fragile balance between protecting people and protecting profits, between believing victims and questioning evidence. So here's the real question. What do you think? Is Emily Carter a victim fighting for justice, or is she pushing the system too far? Whatever your answer, one thing is certain. This lawsuit has opened a national debate, one that won't end with this verdict. Thanks for listening. If you want more untold stories about high-profile cases, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss an update.